Madam Life Tarot was shot live on location.
All right, my friends, Terra Firma Thursday. Hello, welcome. Welcome to Terra Firma Thursday, Earth Signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I'm here for you to read for your highest good and your highest outcome. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, I'm on the road this week. Isn't that exciting? So hopefully that won't bother me any. Obviously, I'm reading by element this week, like I did last week. I think I'll be back on individual signs soon when this little road trip is over. We'll see. The energy's been weird. A lot of stuff's up in the air, and it's kind of I'm really still trying to find my more correctly calibrated place in this world of trying to serve other people. You know, I want to read for your highest good, your highest outcome, and really that's the main point. So however that ends up working, however I'm of most service to y'all. So we're going to use Tarot of Curious Creatures today for the general energy, and then we will use Wild Unknown Pocket Edition for the clarifiers, and then Curious Creatures once more for the outcome, as is our tradition around here. Exciting stuff. Lovely. So without further ado, let's get into it. Thank you for being here, by the way. If you're returning, welcome back. Hello. Hi. Welcome back. We're kicking it off with the Page of Swords here. All right, we got the Page of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. And we've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, interesting. Underlying the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is beautiful legacy energy. Was a lovely alligator family here with a dog and an old man. Yeah, you know the drill. Anyway, this is like legacy energy. This is wonderful, beautiful, happy, fulfilled energy underlying the deck. What's interesting though, this this Five of Cups situation. This one's a little different than the traditional. The normal rider's got 3 cups spilled and 2 upright behind. This has 2 spilled with 3 behind, which is kind of interesting. So I'd say there's more of an emphasis on friendship circles rather than an individual romance. So if there is an emotional setback in your life right now, if you're feeling some pain, some sorrow, that kind of thing, depression even, it may be time to reach out to friends, perhaps. But what's really interesting is these two together. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very defensive energy. It's really sort of like the security guard of the tarot is the way I like to view it. This one's very unique in that this Page of Swords is apparently studying this books flying everywhere. Lots of books, lots of guarding the heart by acquiring lots of knowledge, and that could be legally or whatever, right? It's an interesting card. And then the Knight of Wands, of course. This is the White Knight of the Tarot. This knight loves to get out and pursue passions with reckless abandon. So I feel like maybe some pursuit hadn't gone so well, perhaps, and maybe you're sort of recalibrating and taking it a little more cautiously moving forward. I do think it's interesting that both of these knights are wearing red dresses. This knight is wearing a red dress, so okay, I don't know. No judgment. Not traditional knight garb, but hey, that's none of my business. Anyway, let's clarify the Page of Okay, hi there. Clarifying the Page of Swords. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Okay, clarifying the Page of Swords. We do have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Pentacle is eclipsing the sun here, and then the Knight of Pentacles is it's like an inexperienced younger buck, right? The reason why you're doing all this studying, I think, or the Page of Swords energy, that defensive energy, is because you're kind of training yourself, I think, deliberately. The Knight of Pentacles traditionally is like the slowest knight in the deck because it's moving towards something with a lot of tact and caution. And I think what's going on here is there's a study that's bringing you towards an emperor status. The energy feels very masculine in general, earth signs. Like this feels like a kind of a masculine energy. Of course, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us in varying ratios, and it's just a linguistic tool. It's not about gender. Just to clarify. Okay, let's get one more card here for you. All right, and the Chariot. Ooh, okay, interesting. So, and then underlying the deck here is the Two of Wands. Cool. Okay, so the Two of Wands is like having a clear idea of where you want to go, right? Which I kind of already spoken to. I feel like you're sort of actively working towards your emperor status in a sense of like cultivating and refining and maturing your masculine energy, healing the masculine wound within you, right? And creating a divine masculine energy within you. The Two of Wands is about that, clear direction. That's great. I feel like you're moving towards something. You're definitely moving in that direction. The Chariot is here. I think it's also a kind of a divine intervention in a sense that like Spirit wants to take you there as well. This Chariot's really unique too, with the pentacle around the neck of the horse. It's like time, right? We've got the sun, the moon, and the pentacle here. So the counterpart, since we're sort of, it feels like we're cultivating a masculine energy, I feel like the Chariot is sort of representative of really of a feminine energy, because in the traditional rider, like the Chariot is idle. It's not moving. The Chariot's not moving at all. There's no reins on it. And so it's sort of, to me, it's also a sign of Cancer, by the way. It's sort of representing to me like you're prepared. You're in a feminine energy because you're prepared to reflect and respond to the drive of the masculine. Like Spirit is going to power the Chariot, drive the wheels, right? And that's kind of the idea here, I feel, is like you're prepared to work with Spirit, which is actually a very receptive and feminine thing to do. But the end result is your healing and cultivation of your masculine energy. So, interesting. Okay, let's get some clarification on the Five of Cups. Okay, on the Five of Cups so far, we've got the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is about releasing something that it's burdensome, right? You've had to probably let go of something. Again, something you were passionate about. We have the Two Cups spilled with the Three Cups behind on this particular Five of Cups that I had mentioned earlier. I thought, oh, that's a noteworthy thing. Well, it is. We have the Ten of Wands here. So you're releasing a burden of some kind. We have the Three of Cups. And here are the Three upright cups. These are your friends. This is about appreciating what's there. It's literally saying, like in this card, it's enjoying and appreciating the friendships and the people that are in your life. And I find that to be no coincidence that your Five of Cups happens to be this one with the Three Cups upright as opposed to the two that's normally upright. So that's very interesting to me. Okay. One more card here. Let's do one more shuffle. All right. And we've got, oh, look at this, Justice. It's a card of Libra. Beautiful card here. I do think that whatever this burden that you've released, that you've had to set down with that Ten of Wands energy, it's something that's going to bring balance into your life, actually. This is ultimately working to your good and to your highest, because like I said, Spirit is trying to work with you on this circumstance. So this loss that you may have experienced is something to do with ultimately healing your masculine, but it's also bringing about this balance, restored balance. We have the King of Swords on the bottom here, the Father of Swords. This is an energy of impartiality, not letting your emotions get in the way of your clear judgment and discernment. This is like a judge. Think of this card as a judge, very impartial. So I feel that's probably a key to energy coming into balance for you is learning that impartiality, maybe to not let your emotions fly away and cause you to make rash decisions, right? The Knight of Wands is the next card, and I do think the King of Swords is a funny juxtaposition to the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is, again, very impulsive. The Knight of Wands is like passion ignites. They take off with all kinds of fiery fervor, and then they can easily be distracted and move on to something else. They don't get a lot accomplished because they burn out too quickly, and the King of Swords is anything but. The King of Swords is just going to do what's right. Is going to have a discernment of what's right and then act upon what's right, regardless of how they feel. So, that may be a real big key here, Earth signs. Now, let's clarify the Knight of Wands for you. One more shuffle here. All right. Knight of Wands. It's the Son of Wands. Knight of Wands right here. It's a serpent. Some of you need to be very careful about how you operate in your romantic life. You may be impulsive, and passion is great. We all love, that's funny. King of Swords is still on the bottom here. Passion is great. Passion is lovely. But it can be quite damaging, so we need to be very, very careful and mindful of this. Normally, some people call the Knight of Wands the F-boy, the F-boy energy in the tarot, but that doesn't have to apply to your gender. So, ladies and gentlemen and everybody in between, your libido is a beautiful thing. We have to be careful sometimes if we don't want to get into a lot of pain. Speaking of, here's the Tower moment. Something is changing you. Something is changing this energy. It's obviously very rapid and destructive, and I can't help but find that funny that the Knight of Wands here has got this single wand shining brightly, and then here is you could almost think of the tower. I mean, it's basically a giant wand. The tower is a big tree in this deck, and it's on fire, which is what fires do, right? The wands is the suit of fire. It's passion, and it's the fire that's causing something to fall apart. So too much fire. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Then we have the Six of Cups, and look at this. We still have this tree. We've got this Emperor, the Tower, and the Six of Cups. We have all this tree energy, right? This representing a masculine energy with these evergreens, right? You need to be able to learn to put roots down in your passions. The Six of Cups is really a card of stability, of emotional stability and security. It's also the next card after the Five of Cups, which was one of the main energies in your reading here. So you are looking for something stable. So some of you are tired of the runaround and being a slave to your passions, right? The King of Cups is on the bottom, the Father of Cups. This king is emotionally mature. This is an emotionally stable individual, somebody that has learned to temper their emotions. You feel them deeply. Earth signs are feminine in nature. You do have a deep feeling sense about you. However, you're learning to master that. So, because the emotional maturity and the impartiality and logic of, the King of Swords combined with this King of Cups, that is very, very, very imperative to be able to cultivate a long-term relationship, something stable, like with the Six of Cups. You can see how those roots are deep, right? And they're larger than the tree itself. The tree, this wand, metaphorically speaking, I think you know what I'm getting at here. This wand that keeps catching fire, it needs to, in order to survive, it needs deep roots. to access the water, you know? So that fiery passion needs water to bring temperance. Literally, like the temperance card is fire and water there. Because I think ultimately what you do want is a 10 of Pentacles. You want your legacy energy. You want your stability. You want to have your long-term relationships, possibly like children, grandchildren, all that kind of stuff, right? Deep down, it's you know, maybe not for everybody, but deep down, we all kind of have those desires, you know, that when we are matured in age, that we will have people around us that love us and will be proud of our actions, you know, that will be secure and able to, you know, not only provide for others, but also to be generous with our time, with our resources, all that stuff, you know, like, especially the masculines, right? That's a big part of what we do and what we're about. It's hardwired into us. And again, I'm not speaking to gender. I don't know why I'm keep telling you that, or signs of, in this particular read. It's like I don't normally get on the whole masculine feminine thing so hard, but this seems really important. This is a message to a wounded masculine energy. You don't have to be a male to be that. You know, this is a message to somebody who's recognizing that they need to value stability. All right, so let's get potential outcome for you, my dear viewers, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, we have the Knight of Cups. That's great. So the Knight of Cups actually came out in the water reading as well from another deck, but this is a mature offer of love. This is not... yes, this is much more this is much more mature. As I say that, and I'm kind of chuckling because this card is so... these cards are ridiculous. Like, let's be honest. I know they're super silly, but they like to they'd like to work with their earth energies. I don't really know why. Yeah, this is sort of like Mr. Wonderful coming in here, right? A lovely gentleman with a cup to offer and a rose in his mouth here. Now this is sort of weird. This heart has a crown on it, and it's on a fishing hook, which he seems to be approaching. So you are looking for your person, right? I think many of you are, as you're cultivating that healed energy within you, it's going to draw these people towards you. You know, your vibration, in a sense of like what you're emotionally, the vibe you're putting out into the world will be responded to, because like attracts like. So if you're looking for stability, something stable is, you know, as you're cultivating that energy of stability, something stable is coming in for you. The Emperor's on the bottom, so we have the Emperor kind of emphasized twice here. That's beautiful. I love that. Some of you, I do feel kind of like I'm speaking to feminines more than masculines, believe it or not, as much as, you know, some of you are looking for an Emperor. I guess I have to say that, yeah. We have the Six of Cups here, so the Six of Cups is emphasized twice as well. Something long-term. Something long-term here. We have an elderly elephant. Well, not elderly. We have like a mother elephant and a baby child elephant. And it's sort of, there's implying, of course, a long-term relationship or something familial, like mother and child, but it's also it's imparting emotional stability and imparting wisdom and things like that. And then we have the Six of Swords, moving away from turbulence, moving away from conflict. You're this rabbit and this tortoise. So the rabbit has it's the tortoise and the hare. Oh, wow. Did you see how long that took? I have other things on my mind. I am channeling, so forgive me for missing the obvious there. We have the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise is kind of trekking along here, nice and stable. The hare is resting with their suitcase. And I think what's kind of going on here, which is really interesting, is... it sounds absurd, but these cards are absurd, so whatever. I think the hare is going to get a ride from the turtle. Now the hare is kind of there's jittery and skittish. It's not really Knight of Wands energy, but it's sort of it is fast like that, like scattered and fast. The tortoise, of course, is much more watery, isn't it? And it's about it. It's basically taking you to a place of, again, emotional stability. You know, the swords are about mental energy and communication, but the card tip traditionally has a strong emphasis on water, because they're sort of sailing through waters, from choppy waters into calm waters. In this case, it's like a field of red, which is, red is very passionate. It's the root chakra, by the way. The red is representing the root chakra, and that chakra is all about fear. It's like fear, instinct, survival, that kind of stuff. And the hair has on blue, which is kind of representative of the throat, communication. So it's really like the tortoise and the hare are now not fighting anymore. Can I let me just sum this up. I'm sorry I'm stuck on this so long. There is some kind of amends bringing about an emotional stability, bringing about something emotional peacefulness, and it's also travel. It can represent travels as well. So you're going to move away from these turbulent situations. This card sits right over our wand suit, where we got into all that energy of, like, you know, getting hurt by our passions. The passions are going to be tempered, which again is bringing you into more of an emperor energy, a more balanced masculine energy, a healed masculine energy. So earth signs, I think that's great. I think that's beautiful. I love to see that. I love to see healed masculine energies and healed feminine energies in us all. That would be a dream come true. Because could you imagine how the world would run if, especially if these people in power were able to heal their wounds, and how different things would be. You know, not operating in fear, not operating in a lust for power, not operating in a victim mentality, not, you know, all this stuff. It's like, if people could find their security and their balance, it would just be a new place. So that's my hope for each and every one of you. Best of luck with this energy, earth signs. I promise to be back next week. Terra Firma Thursday, every Thursday for you, my friends. Terra Firma means earth. Why am I saying that? Obviously, you've probably figured that out. But anyway, I'm going to go. Have a beautiful week. Best of luck with this. If you're not subscribed and this resonated, please consider subscribing, of course. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And feel free to leave a comment. I love hearing from each and every one of you, of course. So without further ado, I will let you all go. See you next time. Take care. Yeah, I love you. Okay, bye.